wartime bridge to increase oil supply until production ramps up later this year.
The president wants to get U.S. oil and gas companies producing more. And to turn up the pressure, he's also calling on Congress to impose fees on those companies for wells on public lands that aren't getting used.
Average price of gas right now is $4.23 a gallon. That's up 47% from a year ago. So far, it doesn't look like Russia's following through with promises to pull back forces in parts of Ukraine. Pentagon Press Secretary John Kirby says there hasn't been much movement back.
About 20%, maybe a little less. I don't think we would change that estimation much over the last 24 hours. It has not been wholesale by any means, or has it been rapid?
Another round of peace talks take place tomorrow virtually. City leaders in Atlanta are taking a new approach to combat crime.
Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens has started a midnight basketball league in an effort to reduce crime.
The competitive spirit will keep it indoors instead of outdoors.
Player Tony Hines thinks it's a good idea.
All day long is crime going on. I feel like this right here gives you an opportunity to get away from it.
Those organizing the league looked at where and when crime was happening in Atlanta. The league will run on select nights through June. Jim Crisilda, CBS News.
Check your peanut butter.
Skippy is recalling thousands of jars of peanut butter over the possibility that it contains fragments of stainless steel. The affected jars are its reduced fat peanut butter spread, reduced fat chunky, and creamy peanut butter blended with plant protein, and they were sold in 18 states. The company says there have so far been no injuries. The Skippy jars have best buy dates of May 2023. Matt Piper, CBS News.
State Department spokesman Ned Price on a passport change to be more inclusive.
Starting on April 11th, U.S. citizens will be able to select an X as their gender marker on their U.S. passport application.
And the TSA will implement gender-neutral screening procedures at airport checkpoints designed to eliminate the number of false alarms and pat-downs. Record-setting Jeopardy champ Amy Schneider visited the White House today to mark Transgender Day of Visibility. She spoke out against a wave of anti-LGBTQ legislation making its way through various states, calling the laws really scary. At the close, the Dow tumbled 550 points today. This is CBS News.
Dell Technologies advisors are here with the right Windows PC and tech solutions so you can stop at nothing for your customers. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like you're going 100 miles an hour, barely keeping up. But to cruise through challenges, you need someone who's right there with you. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the Windows PCs and tech advice you need to get past whatever's in front of you and get where you want to go. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
Under the Hood, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Used hybrid cars are causing serious sticker shock. Here's auto expert Jeff Gilberts.
If you're looking for a used hybrid, electric vehicle, or small car, Carl Brower of iSeeCars.com says you're likely to pay 40 to 50% more.
People shopping for used cars are going to be more price sensitive to everything, including gas prices.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
From the Hertine and Stalker Studios in the heart of the Hawkeye Nation, this is the mighty 1630 KCJJ, Iowa City.
Hertine and Stalker Jewelers, making memories, making moments.
Now, Iowa City's news first.
I'm Tommy Lang with KCJJ News. A federal judge has ruled the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics' former practice of delaying overtime pay to its employees was a violation of state wage laws. U.S. District Court Judge Stephanie Rose ordered the UIHC to pay liquidated damages to over 8,000 employees, as her interpretation of the Iowa Wage Payment and Collection Law allows for a way to prevent that type of conduct in the future. Attorneys for the state argued that additional damages were not necessary because the UIHC eventually paid the employees the money to which they were entitled. The suit was first brought in 2019 by a number of employees who contended they were being compensated for overtime and extra hours later than the law provides. The UIHC made substantial changes to the way they pay employees a year after the suit was filed. The suits became class action in 2021. Nate Willems, the attorney representing the workers, says the next step is to collect wage data from the thousands of employees involved in the suit. That will determine the dollar amount of the penalty. An Iowa City man who allegedly fought with officers as he was being taken into custody has been charged with causing them minor injuries. The incident occurred in the 400 block of the Coralville Strip in the early evening hours of October 10th. Police were called to a fight in progress and came into contact with 52-year-old Kenneth Smith of Davis Street. He reportedly refused to identify himself while standing on an outside balcony, holding an open container of liquor. Smith allegedly had bloodshot, watery eyes, slurred speech, and continued to refuse to comply with commands. Officers attempted to place him into handcuffs, and he reportedly began fighting with them. Smith was then assisted to the ground so restraints could be applied. The two officers involved in the incident received minor injuries. A post-arrest PBT showed Smith's blood alcohol level at 0.163%. A warrant was requested for Smith's arrest the next day, and he was booked into the Johnson County Jail just before 10 p.m. Wednesday. He's been charged with interference with official acts causing bodily injury and public intoxication. If convicted on both counts, Smith faces a sentence of up to 13 months. A North Liberty man was allegedly covered in his own urine when contacted by police who arrested him for OWI. 42-year-old Druid Wolf of North Dubuque Street was found sitting in his 2013 Chevy Malibu by police after he reportedly disabled his vehicle by crashing into a curb at the intersection of North Dubuque Street and Foster Road at 1:50 Thursday morning. The arrest report indicates Wolf was visibly intoxicated. He also was reportedly covered in his own urine and admitted to drinking. After showing impairment on field sobriety tests, Wolf submitted to a Datamaster test showing his blood alcohol level at 0.208%. A check of Wolf's driving record found a previous OWI in Johnson County from 2015. He was charged with his second such offense, an aggravated misdemeanor punishable by a jail term of up to 2 years if convicted. In sports, the University of Iowa baseball team heads to Ann Arbor for its Big Ten Conference opener, facing Michigan for a 3-game series this weekend. Friday's game begins at 3 p.m., Saturday's at 1 p.m., and Sunday's finale starts at noon. All 3 games from Michigan will be streamed live on BTN+. And the University of Iowa softball team travels to College Park for a 3-game series against the Maryland Terrapins at Maryland Softball Stadium. Friday's game begins at 5 o'clock, Saturday's at 1 p.m., and Sunday's finale will start at 11 a.m. All 3 games will be streamed on BTN+, with audio available on YouTube. For more information on Iowa baseball and softball, you can go to HawkeyeSports.com. With KCJJ News, I'm Tommy Lang.
KCJJ Weather, brought to you by Plum Supply.
Plum Supply, kitchens and baths. Your home never looks so beautiful.
With a look at your forecast, I'm meteorologist Ashley O'Connor. Partly cloudy skies tonight. Low temps will fall to the mid-20s. Nice tomorrow with sunshine, and it will be much warmer with highs reaching the upper 40s and low 50s. Scattered rain showers are likely Friday night into the day Saturday with a high Saturday of 52. Mainly sunny on Sunday with high temps in the upper 50s. More rain is likely on Sunday night. Partly cloudy Monday with highs in the upper 50s. That's KCJJ weather. Currently, it's 33 degrees.
You're listening to Molly Suter on the mighty 1630 KCJJ.
Hello, hello. Yes, you are. You're also listening to The Other Girl. It's Cindy. Oh. Your mic is up? It should be? Hello? Oh my gosh. What is happening? Hello? Okay, well, apparently we're gonna have to sort that out, actually. So, I don't know what the problem is. So, here, let's just do some more commercials, and then we'll try to get this sorted out. You're listening to the mighty 1630 KCJJ.
You've heard the phrase free checking before and found out it wasn't exactly free, right? Well, at Two Rivers Bank and Trust, free checking means just that, free checking. There's no minimum balance and no monthly service charge. At Two Rivers Bank, every new personal checking account includes a free debit card, mobile banking with mobile deposit, and much more, even a free thank you gift. Plus, they will buy back unused checks and debit cards up to $10 and refund ATM fees from other financial institutions up to $15 per month. At Two Rivers Bank, free checking means just that. Free checking. $50 minimum deposit to open. Visit Two Rivers Bank and Trust in Iowa
Can you
City
test it
or
beforehand or no?
and now at tworivers.bank to sign up for your truly free personal checking. My neighborhood, my bank, member FDIC.
Are we in business now? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Someone didn't toggle the mic thing again. It was probably Tommy or maybe Jim.
Darn him. Darn them both.
So, yeah,
I sound really loud, though.
Yeah, you can turn it down a little bit.
Is that better?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so
it's better than nothing.
For future reference, that thing at the top should be up, not down.
Why can't we just get rid of like all of these buttons except for the two? Haven't you seen those remotes that people have fixed for like grandma? Where there's like they just kind of clear away all of the buttons except for volume and channel.
I mean, yeah, but we need all those other buttons for like commercials and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know what any of those like huge knobs do over there though.
Did you notice I only feel confident to touch this one,
which is
and
fine.
That's it.
That's the only one you should touch, honestly. All right, but I think we're good now. Oh my gosh! All right, well that was an eventful start.
We're professionals.
Yes. So there's 2 people watching now.
And I'm not even in there yet.
You're not even in there yet. It's just one of them might be me. Anyway, so if you want to join the chat room, join in what we're going to be talking about. I think we're just probably going to do Tinder some more, right?
Because there's one thing I've been thinking about.
Oh, okay. Well, then let me do this promo again first. Go to YouTube and you search the Mighty 1630 KCJJ. You'll be able to see us in the studio and you'll be able to talk in the chat room. What's been on your mind, Cindy?
Can we talk about an event without actually talking about the event?
I don't know.
But talk about how Facebook and the different social medias reacted about the event. So, like, specifically, and I don't want any opinions on what happened at the Oscars.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can comment.
Because I noticed...
I thought you meant like a local event that we're not supposed to
an event that we shouldn't have opinions about anyway. Yeah, sure. It's not our business. But I thought it was interesting the differences I noticed between my Facebook people talking about it and commenting about it, and then people on TikTok. And then I keep hearing people talk about the Twitter happenings around it.
Oh, the Twitter memes are great.
Well, and then people on Twitter, apparently, if like Zoe Kravitz made some comment about it, and people are just dragging her to heck and back.
I think this is really blown out of proportion.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what I noticed too. It's like on Facebook, it just became really obvious to me that Facebook is sort of a reflection of how I grew up, who I know personally. And even though my Facebook is a lot more than normal people, it's still mostly, my feed is mostly people that has some connection to the Midwest, are probably around my age, probably mostly white.
Yep.
And it's on Facebook, you feel confident posting your opinion even though no one asked.
Right.
Because you're basically talking.
Twitter as well.
Well, yeah. But Twitter is more anonymous too. Like it goes out publicly. Is there a way to privately post Twitter?
You can't. You can set your account to private, but
nobody does.
I think my sister does.
Oh.
Some
and then I noticed,
not me.
Like on TikTok, for me personally at least, I am proud of the fact that I have a lot of TikTok creators popping up that are nothing like me.
Yeah.
And so I get to see into those societies and their opinions.
Perspectives.
And I also learn a lot because a lot of it are people of color that are like, you know, here's what you need to say about this as a white person. Nothing.
Right.
And that was interesting because I don't think I ever would have had that perspective if I hadn't been on TikTok. Because then it's very bland
you
on
definitely
Facebook.
Yeah, you definitely get to broaden your horizons if you follow people on TikTok that maybe are not the same people you would normally have on Facebook or whatever.
I tend to gravitate people who I like but are nothing like me.
Yeah, same.
And on Facebook, I think I just, by accident, like that's just how Facebook is built. You know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, and that's how you become friends on Facebook.
I mean, Facebook is local. It's designed to be like you add this person as your friend,
right?
And like it's just like people you know personally, and like things like Twitter and TikTok, it's mostly strangers,
right? And on Twitter, I don't have any personal investment really, because I don't comment really, and I don't really post anything. I just sort of watch. I'm a watcher. So I can look at whatever I want. And I'm kind of glad that I got the perspective that I did, that I don't get on Facebook because...
No, I definitely agree with you on Facebook. I'm seeing just a one-sided thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty much consensus of one side, and then on both Twitter and TikTok, it's the opposite.
Right. It's a lot well-rounded. And it's also teaching me to mind my own business at some point.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that with a lot of things that have happened, especially in the world, the differences between Facebook.
Right.
And of course, I'm not on Twitter, but I hear about Twitter, and it's kind of funny. Like, I'm afraid of Twitter at this point.
Twitter is funny. Sometimes it's a little too self-righteous, but sometimes it's funny. Actually, a lot of the time it's funny.
All right. Well, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't...
That's just social media in general, though.
Yeah, right. But I think if you're not on any of them, you think all of them are the same, and they're not.
No. Well, it's a different demographic of people.
Right.
Facebook is mainly older people now, because
I agree with that, yeah.
I think the youngest people on Facebook are, like, me and my friends.
Well... My friends and my age of friends, we all ruined Facebook for you, so I apologize.
Pretty much. I remember actually, well, when it first started out in like the early 2000s, like you could only get it if you had a .edu email address. It was for college students, but then I think when I went to high school in 2007, MySpace was on its way out, and Facebook, like you could get a Facebook if you were in high school. And so I did, and so everyone else did. And that was the social media for a few years, and we've kept using it. Like, I think most of my high school class still uses it. That's how a lot of classes around me have been, organizing their reunions. 2011's not doing that, by the way. We're really chill or lazy or whatever. We haven't been organizing anything like that, but I'm saying, like, the people younger than me are getting off it. Like, it's not the social media anymore. It's like it's Twitter or
Is Snapchat still?
That I wouldn't consider that social media. That's like a photo thing. That's separate.
Because my kids both use. The youngest one uses Snapchat still.
Well, I use Snapchat too. But yeah. So I'm saying, like, young millennials. I don't think Gen Z uses Facebook. I think it's millennials and up that use Facebook now. But that's what I'm saying. Like, older people use Facebook.
You're trying to say old people without saying old people.
Well, just as you said, like, you guys came in and then it wasn't cool anymore. Sorry.
Well, we ruin everything. We really do. We ruin everything. And then we talked our parents into getting onto it, too.
Yep.
So we keep track of Dad.
Yeah, well, the reasoning a lot of my parents, older uncles, and then grandparents got on it because it's like, I want to keep up with my grandkids or whatever, and it's like your grandkids aren't on it anymore, so you're just there now.
And then they don't know really how to use, like, I don't know if I told this on the air or not, but a couple months ago, my friend's father passed away, and he was on Facebook. And he would come into my work sometimes to, pay his registration or whatever. And he would say, "Hey, I saw your Facebook." He's like, I don't know how to comment. I just like on things, which I thought was always sweet because I'd always see him pop up, and he was very sweet. I didn't know he had passed away, but my father, who is on Facebook, but doesn't know how to comment and doesn't know how to like, he just scrolls through. He saw it on Facebook and told me. I'm like, that is like the weirdest, the two people that don't really know how to use it but are on it, kind of like had to basically communicate to each other through Facebook. Anyway, I thought it was really funny.
That is
funny. It was ironic, probably.
Sometimes you get old people like trying to say something and like it comes out like really nonsensical
because they don't,
or like they mistake it for Google and like their status is order corn, or Siri, pull up brown sugar cookie recipe.
Are you still on that group that's making fun of the old people?
We pretend to please show this to Jim. Ha ha. Yes, I am.
Yeah, because there's always the
It's
grandma that gets on there.
gold.
So like, why don't you come around anymore? When it's like a picture of them.
I know, it's just a selfie, and it's like, so beautiful, young woman. Tell Auntie Clarissa I said hello. It's so rainy here. Love you. So stuff like that, which is nice. It's like, it's well-meaning, but it's just on something totally unrelated. It's funny.
Bless their hearts.
Bless their hearts. Anyway, what's chat room saying? Isn't there some comfort in interacting with strangers on Twitter? For sure. People don't know you in real life. Who cares? Okay. Is there a fight in the chat room?
There's a knock it off.
There's a fight going on. Yo, chill. Maybe we should swipe on Tinder now.
We can't. Well, okay, so Facebook dating opened up.
That's right.
I got the message. I was very excited.
You messaged me about that.
So I started it, and I wanted to go through it just so people know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it's on for anyone. Did it pop up for you at all?
It did, but I'm not on it.
You're like, I'm not on it.
I am not on it.
The profile questions that were asked, and they just kind of pull from your Facebook, which makes it a lot easier.
So you don't have to like auto-fill in everything.
Right.
And I heard about a feature where it's like, it doesn't match you with any of your friends.
And that's what it did last time, too. The last time that they had Facebook dating. They don't.
But you can like put if you do have a crush on one of
Secret admirer.
on one of your friends, you can put their name down, and if they also have a crush on you, then you can match.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I think that's cute.
Daring. I've got a couple on my list, but
but
it's secret. Don't tell anyone.
We won't tell anyone, Cindy. Who are they?
You, Molly.
Oh my god. But I'm not even on.
And ironically, I know one of the people that I put on would never, ever in a million years.
I don't know.
No, not with me, but he would never get on
Facebook
dating to begin
yeah.
with. So it's pretty safe to put
I don't
him
know.
on there.
This seems like the start of like a rom-com, Cindy. I'm just saying. You put this guy who you think would never be on Facebook dating in a million years, but he's on it for you.
I don't know him real well, but I'm 90% sure he would not be on Facebook. He's my type, sort of, if I have a type.
Okay.
He's old like me.
Mm-hmm.
My age. Loves to cook. What else is there? That's all there is. And then you can add more pictures. It suggests you add at least 3. And then...
does it just pull from your profile, or can you choose it?
You can. I actually had to pull my first picture to what I wanted. Because actually, I need to update my picture anyway. Mine's old. And then I think it add other things. So I can go through my dating profile and add more things to it.
Mm-hmm.
Mine has the basic pictures that are not very good. But anyway, but I did not put in here the warning.
You should. If we're going to talk about it like we do for Tinder, you should.
Okay, I'm going to, but not tonight. Because I've already added to it. The thing I noticed that is different from Tinder is that this is completely free. They're not asking you, hey, if you want to see this, you got to pay money. Which is nice.
Yeah.
If you're cheap like me. But it'll show you who liked you.
Oh.
But you can't talk to each other until you've liked them too. Which I like. Like, I was watching this one lady who was talking about her Tinder swiping, and she said that she pays for a Tinder Plus or Tinder Gold or whatever it is, because she's like, I like to see my options.
I would never.
Not who might like me if I like them. You know, she wants to see who's liked her, and then she's going to decide.
You know, there's something to be said for that. I don't think I would ever pay for a dating service.
I would not
but
pay.
I do understand that.
But if you don't want to pay, this is the way to do it in Facebook. And it's easy, too. You just get onto your... And I think... I haven't tested it out on my laptop, But if I remember correctly, the last time they had Facebook dating, you can only do it on your phone. So it has to be mobile.
Oh.
I think. But I haven't tested that.
I mean, I don't think I would use it on anything but my phone if I were so inclined to get it, honestly. Just
well,
because...
I personally like typing on my laptop. I don't like typing on my phone.
No, I don't like typing on my phone either. And there's a lot of typos, like, all the time. But I'm saying, like, I've never... There's a desktop version of, like, OkCupid and some other dating sites, but I've never used them. They've only been
I like
mobile.
swiping on my phone, but I like talking if I'm going to actually...
yeah.
But, you know, we both know I don't follow through very well, so... I'm not having long conversations with people at this point. But I did have 21 people that like me right now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
All quality.
Are they?
This is a dating website.
You guys, she just shook her head at me.
Well, I don't know. I'm sure their mama likes them.
Well, are you sure?
And I'm trying to think. I thought I had pictured some of the more. Okay, so this is one of my favorite ones from Tinder. I took a picture of it, but did not right swipe.
Okay.
He's 34. And his a nice picture of him in this like little brown, like not a trench coat, but one of those overcoats that you wear like over suits.
Oh, yeah?
Nicer like wool type thing.
Okay.
Very nice looking guy, but too young for me. But his catchphrase is, "I'm tall, blonde, and dumb. I'm the full package."
Oh, that is the full
I know,
package.
that's cute. And then another thing.
Is he cute? 34 is...
Can you see from...
Only a little bit.
I mean,
I
he's
can't
got
see.
the little mustache, which... He's got a mustache.
Wait, a mustache, but not a beard?
He has a little bit, looks like maybe a little bit of scruff. And
Okay.
I didn't copy the rest of his pictures. I don't know what else he looks like.
Send that picture to me. I want to see.
Okay. I'm going to send it on...
Tall, blonde, and dumb. Love that.
It's
Fellas,
very cute.
Take notes. That's all
Well,
your
now
bio
I wish I would have
needs to be.
saved, and I could have sent you the whole profile.
Oh, that's all right. I'm not on the app anymore.
But he definitely looks like he's got a beard because he's got a baby face. He does not look 34.
Mm-hmm.
And this is taking forever to send, but I'm sending it to you. There we go. I'm trying to find the other. Okay, this is one that I took a picture of because I wasn't sure what it meant.
Mm-hmm.
Looking for a NSA space.
No strings attached.
Oh, because it's Friends with Benefits, FWB.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not interested in that. No strings attached. That never, ever happens.
Well.
NSA. I was thinking national security.
Yeah.
Isn't that like a...
Yeah, that's like a... No, but in terms of Tinder, I knew that was something else. So
I knew
no
it was too.
strings
That's why I'm
attached.
like, I've seen it a couple times. I'm like, I have to ask Molly if she knows what that is because I have no idea. And then there's a guy that I know, he is. Molly just texted me. I'm going to tell him.
Yeah.
He's kind of cute.
I did say that.
You know, the only reason why I put my age down to 30 is because
of this show.
We're looking for you too.
Yeah. Well, we want a cross section of like all the men out there.
So
we're trying to study the bios and trends that we come across.
I know, but I'm trying to figure out what you like. Do you like the baby face?
Eh.
Or do you like the rustic?
Listen, I said he was kind of cute. I didn't say, here, let me download the app and see if I can match with him, you know?
Scroll. This guy, he's 30-something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean to be dramatic, but I don't really care what happens here. Which is why he's on Tinder. Okay, so the other thing that popped up just kind of randomly was the vibes.
Okay.
I think it's good vibes. But
Good
it's another
vibes.
one of those things that I had pop up the first time I used it, which is like the date night questionnaire.
Mm-hmm.
So I took pictures of all the questions, and we can answer them today.
All right.
And I think what this does is basically if anybody randomly says the same thing as any one of these questions, they match you with them.
Oh.
And say, oh, you might like him. He's the same vibe as this.
Okay.
Which is not very scientific, but
It's still fun.
Okay, so my idea of a good time is partying, hanging with close friends, good food and good drinks, laying in bed with my dog.
2 and 4 and 3, but not 1.
I would say laying in bed with my dog and good food and good drinks, but not necessarily with anybody. Just with my dog. No?
Is that
why I'm single?
I mean, if you are content just eating and drinking in bed with your dog, you're fine. You're like, you've hit the elite life.
God, I'm done. I've hit the top.
You're good.
At a party, I'll probably grab the aux cord.
Do you know what that is?
Is that the thing where you plug your phone into like a stereo or a radio?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can choose the music.
Okay,
yeah.
the kids always wanted to use that on our phone before we got
Yep.
Bluetooth. So grab the aux cord, drain the bar, make new friends, immediately want to leave.
Wait, is that what we were doing at a party?
At a party, you will.
What was the second option?
Drain the bar, which I mean...
Oh, no.
I don't think that means drain it to make sure that there's not a clog in the sink or something.
No, one or 2 or 3 drinks is enough for me, honestly. I don't want to drain the bar. I'm not going to do the aux cord either, which is maybe ironic considering I'm a DJ, but honestly, I don't like to play music for a group of people unless I know like what their general likes are, what their vibe is. And so I'm going to leave.
I might stay 15 minutes, but no.
I'm gonna leave. I went to a club once in Barcelona when I was studying abroad there, and although it was fun, I don't need to go to a club again. And when you said party, I thought club.
I think they mean like a party at a living room or something, but maybe not.
That's fine, but
these are not super specific questions.
No, they're not.
If you see me at a bar, buy me something strong.
No.
Beer or wine.
No.
Water, just water. Or an Uber home. I can get my own damn Uber, thank you very much.
Well, none. I want like a fruity cocktail.
I would want like a Diet Coke or a Diet Pepsi. Or Mountain Dew.
I feel like that should be included with water. Like it's something non-alcoholic, but you're still there.
But I want it in a martini glass. That's what I want.
That's classy.
With a cherry.
Ooh.
And an umbrella. Yes. I'm super classy in a really trashy way.
Well, if it's Diet Coke, it should be a lime.
I would prefer lemon. I like lemon in my Diet Cokes.
Oh, interesting.
My friends would say that I'm the life of the party.
No.
A wallflower.
No.
A food snob.
No.
Unpredictable but fun.
No.
I'm unpredictable but fun. I'm definitely. I've even had coworkers say, yeah, Cindy, you don't drink, but I bet you're fun to hang out with. I'm like, yeah. I mean, I can make a joke out of anything, but...
I'm none of those things. I'm kind of in the middle. I'm not like everything's about me life of the party, but I'm friendly. I would like to think I'm outgoing.
Well, apparently when you go to a party, you can't be in the middle. You have to be the life of the party or you have to be a wallflower.
And I'm not. Probably more of a wallflower if I'm being honest. Like out of the two, probably that.
I'm definitely not a food snob.
No. I'm not either.
I mean, I like to eat. I'm not going to be snobby about anything. I spend the most money on clothes, going out, food, or travel.
It's definitely food.
Food.
It's definitely food.
Going out to eat food.
Traveling to eat food.
Yeah. That's how we do when we go out, when we travel.
Yeah.
It's like, what are we going to eat?
That's pretty much it, too. It's like, we're always thinking about, we get up. Breakfast, what are we going to do? Lunch, what are we going to do? Dinner, what are we going to do?
And I'm not even exaggerating. When we decided to finally go on a vacation a couple years ago, we were going to, the...
Tennessee,
yeah. And the first thing I did when I found out where my hotel was going to be was to find out how far the nearest Waffle House was. So I'm like, we're going to be down south, and we need to hit a Waffle House.
Yep. I don't think if I have been to a Waffle House, it was once when I was like a little kid and I don't really remember it. But also that could be a false memory. I could just remember seeing Waffle Houses around. Because I don't remember going to a Waffle House. I would love to. I've heard some great things.
It's my favorite thing.
Chat room, why did you guys just suddenly stop? Why did you stop talking? Oh my, when I called someone out, they left. It went from 5 to 4. I want you guys to converse.
I see. After the knock it off, Greg, swipe left on all knuckleheads.
Uh-huh. And then I made a joke and I said, they're like,
every man looks like a thumb.
And then someone was like, what? And I'm like, it's a joke. It was a joke.
Thanks a lot, Molly.
I'm sorry.
You scared off our one fan. I think I know who the other person is.
Do you?
I'll tell you about him later.
Okay.
Oh, he's playing GTA. That means
Grand Theft Auto.
V.
5.
Oh. I thought that was for the virgins.
No. No. It's Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm glad
There's
that we're
5
your
of those?
podcast.
Well,
yeah.
I guess they got to catch up with what's that one with all the cars that are driving and the one guy that died?
What?
Oh, what is it?
Oh, Fast and the Furious.
Fast and the Furious. Yes. Aren't there like 18?
Paul Walker.
Aren't there like 18 of them?
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. Okay.
Are they not together? The same thing.
No, they're different. One is a movie franchise, one is a video game
Is one
franchise.
not based on the other thing?
I don't think
They're all-
so. From what I understand in GTA is you go around vandalizing buildings and stealing cars. Grand Theft Auto. It makes sense.
It's very much like Animal Crossings, I feel.
No, it's nothing like
Nothing like
Animal
it.
Crossing.
You go around and pick up stuff.
Animal Crossing is so mellow. Oh,
I love
wait,
Animal Crossing.
Speaking of Animal Crossing, so last week why we didn't have a show is because I was going to Sacramento for a wedding, and on the plane there, the woman next to me brought her mini Switch and was playing Animal Crossing the whole time, and I'm like, that makes me wish I had brought mine. But
That would be the only reason why I would buy a Switch.
we have a full-size Switch though, and so I feel like if I had a mini one, I'd be more inclined to bring it places. But I know the whole point of the Switch is it can switch between a personal console and then like something you cast to the TV. But I honestly still feel that like it's a little bit big to be a handheld device. Truly,
Have you seen the case? This is jumping all over the place, but
That's fine.
The case for the phone, and I don't know if it's for Android or Apple or both, but on the opposite, like on the back side of the phone, it is a working Nintendo. And it has like 13 games on it or something like that.
Oh, that's so awesome.
I think I've said this before. I went from Atari back in the 80s, 70s, and the next console I got was a Wii.
Wow.
So I had not really played
2007,
video
2008,
games.
right?
Except for like stuff on like Facebook and stuff, but
Farmville.
Yeah, Farmville.
Yeah, everyone was obsessed with Farmville. So many
knew a
people
girl
out of the woodwork was asking me to like water their plants.
Do you remember Mafia Wars? I think it was.
I know. I only ever played Farmville.
I played Mafia Wars.
I also played Robot Unicorn Attack.
I never played that.
That is from when I was like a senior in high school. That was what everybody played.
I'm currently obsessed with SimCity on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stop playing it. It's bad. I try not to spend money, but like, I can get all the things that I need for like $9.99. Okay.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you've got a bill for like $50.
I refuse to make in-app purchases on those games. I downloaded and I played the Kim Kardashian game, 2014. So like, what was that? 7 years ago? 8 years ago? 8 years ago. So I played that, and then it tried really hard to get me to purchase in-app things.
I try to resist.
And I'm just like, no, I refuse. On principle, I refuse to play a game that is free, but I pay for it. You know?
Right. I try to, it depends on the game. Some games I'm like, I'm not paying for this because I'm not going to be playing it for very long.
Mm-hmm.
But like some of the games that I've invested like time and energy into, and I just want to get to the next level. Like I had an iPad at one point in time and I played that, The Sims.
Yeah.
Or whatever it's
I love
called.
The Sims.
I forget what it was called.
The Sims?
But it was like a certain version of Sims. For,
like one of the expansion packs?
Play City or something like that. I forget what the name of it was. But I don't even know how much money I spent on that. Just because I'm like, I have to get to the next level. I want to get to the next level. And it was like, it's only like $5 here, $10 there.
But that adds up.
And as long as you don't add it up.
I refuse.
And then my daughter sent me this recently, a TikTok of this woman who's like, yeah, one time during the depths of my depression, I paid, and she like rattled off the amount, like $300
yeah.
on, like, I forget what game she was playing.
Yeah, I forget
but I'm
that
like,
too, but I've heard that audio on TikTok.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait, was I depressed? I'm like, I might have been, looking back on it.
No, you know what? It's ADHD again. ADHD and depression have a lot of the same symptoms in us because of the broken dopamine receptors in our brain.
Right.
Because that's also present in people with depression. I mean, obviously, both can exist at the same time.
I was going to say, it can be both.
You can have ADHD and depression, but honestly, a lot of the symptoms are similar, if not the same, because of the broken dopamine receptors.
Well, at some point, the longer I stay on TikTok, the more I'm diagnosing myself with stuff. So
yeah, me too.
That works out well for me.
What?
Oh.
What? What?
I don't know.
Did you accidentally swipe on someone?
I thought I was in my gallery, and I was on Facebook dating.
Oh my gosh! Wait, who did you swipe on?
I don't know. I'm like, I don't remember taking this picture.
Well,
what's the next picture?
Oh, well, let's see who you.
Okay, so that's another thing. If you're going to get into this, and this is another thing I wanted to point out too. Remember last time I kept saying, God, people aren't really saying anything. Like they're not writing any words as their like little summary. And what I was finding in Tinder is that the summary, your little dating blurb, doesn't always pop up as the first picture.
Yeah.
So you have to go in and hit it to get to the next picture to see what they've said about themselves.
Really?
So I kept thinking, God, nobody's writing anything. Like, I'm not going to swipe on somebody who doesn't take the time to write a sentence.
Oh, so you need...
Or a word.
Yeah, that's what I think, too. So Tinder now, that didn't have...
Yeah, so if you're using Tinder, don't be like me and just assume that nobody's writing anything.
Wait, that was not it when I was on the app. The bio was just right there.
Right, and then the old days, several years ago, the last time I was on the app.
The good old days.
You could choose your first picture, but now it chooses it for you. Yeah, the old Tinder. Now it chooses it for you, and it'll rotate the pictures.
Okay, well then I guess you have to you have to get your 10 out of 10 pictures on there. Because I like to paste them. I like to be like, selfie first, then group picture, then me doing something goofy. Full body pic. More friends, me with an animal.
And all these pictures have to be within the 6 months or so. At least the body picture and a face picture, I think.
Yeah.
Because it's not fair. Right?
That's my interpretation. I just didn't want people to get the wrong idea.
Right. And I, like I've said before, I write my weight and my height so that people aren't like, oh, you're chubbier than I thought you were.
Mm-hmm. I mean, people are going to think what they're going to think, but I just wanted to
I don't want them to
it all out there.
Think that I'm trying to fool them, although I don't think most men know what weight looks like
on
a woman.
I don't think most women know either.
Well, and that's the funny part, too, about TikTok. I see a lot of women on there saying, hey, this is what X amount of weight looks like on a person who's this tall. And it's like, I love that they're doing that because they're normalizing what 200 pounds looks completely different on different people.
Exactly. 200 pounds is going to look different on me than a woman who is even a little bit taller than me, Yeah. It's just different, which is why I don't bother with numbers like that on the bio rather than just the picture. I let the picture speak for itself.
I don't know. I like to tell my
I mean, if you like it, go ahead. It doesn't do whatever you're comfortable with.
I will.
Yeah.
And I actually say that I'm heavier than I actually am. That gives me...
Nice.
That makes me... gives me some room to grow.
Yeah, exactly.
And then one thing I noticed about swiping this last week is that I don't swipe on men that are too good looking.
I don't either.
Okay.
I don't either. It's like, What are
like
you?
if I saw Ryan Reynolds.
What are you doing here?
Somebody who looked just like Ryan Reynolds, who I think is beyond gorgeous, I would not right swipe on him. He's too good looking.
Well, if it was Ryan, I mean...
Not Ryan Reynolds. He's clearly not going to be on Tinder in Iowa.
No.
I only have like 100 miles.
He's happily married to Blake Lively, and they have like 4 children. But
there's a lot of
I get
looking
you.
for a third in their couple. I'm just saying, I like Blake Lively too.
Oh. What if it was Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively?
Oh, they're both too good looking.
Honestly, she is a beautiful woman.
Oh my God, she's gorgeous. And she's smart and funny too.
Yeah.
So is he, but...
Yeah, they both are. And they found each other. Their children are going to be gorgeous, intelligent, and funny as well.
Oh, speaking of Ryan Reynolds, did you see Simu Liu?
Simu Liu? Yeah.
He had a TikTok up that was him basically saying, do I want to work out? And then he remembers that he's going to be in a movie with Ryan Reynolds. And he's like, oh, got to work out.
Yes, I saw it. He's like...
But now, like, he's going to be in a movie with Ryan Reynolds.
I know.
And they might both have their shirts off if they're both working out.
Probably.
Wait, does the
Is it Magic
Golden
Mike
Rings?
3?
Oh, no, they've already had that. No, wait, they've only had 2 Magic Mikes,
Yeah,
right?
they've only had 2.
No, nothing can beat Mike XXL. Mike, sorry. Although I did try to rewatch it, it's not as good as I remember it. And now I feel bad at talking people into watching it.
Yeah,
but,
my friend, a new friend, told me the same thing, that Magic Mike XXL was better than the first one.
Well, yeah, that is true. That stands true. But I kept trying to talk people into watching it as if standalone, it's like the best movie ever.
Well, I already know it's not going to be that.
I was wrong. But there's sections of it. Like if you could just take like 10 minutes here and 10 minutes there and put it together on clips, it's awesome.
Right.
But does that mean that he was in that 10 Rings or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Is that the same like
Shang-Chi
comic book genre as Deadpool? I forget.
I don't know.
Wait, that's all on Disney, right?
I think
Which means it's DC?
I'm not going to pretend to know what that is. Sorry.
I'm confused.
I thought it was Marvel. I thought it was all Marvel.
But I saw the rings on Marvel, and I know Deadpool is Marvel too, right?
Okay.
No?
I don't know. I really don't know.
I'm trying to figure out if it's going to be the 10 Rings guy and
look.
Deadpool.
Let's look. Is Deadpool Marvel or DC? Let's see.
But what I really want to know is...
Marvel. It's Marvel.
Ryan Reynolds and... How do you spell his last name? Liu?
Liu. It's Simu Liu. Ryan Reynolds.
Because I didn't realize it until I was talking about it right now, that means they're going to be in a movie together.
Yep.
Oh, it's a completely different... It's not even like...
Yeah. It's different. Which is fine, because I don't care about the superheroes anyway. It doesn't need to be superheroes.
So you're not watching Dark Knight or not Dark Knight?
The Batman?
No, it's on Disney. It's the new... I posted it. I keep forgetting the name of it. I posted about it last night. Let me see if I can find it. But it's the new Disney show that's on. Do you have Disney?
Yep, I do. I use it just enough to warrant keeping it.
Moon Knight.
Okay.
I don't think it's superhero, but apparently it's superhero. It used to be a comic book.
Everything for the past 11 years has been superhero.
But it feels different. It feels different. It's a little bit darker, but it's also very chaotic. Like you don't know what's going on. I was talking to a friend about it, and he doesn't want to see it because he's kind of burnt out on superhero stuff.
So am I.
But I'm like, it feels to me like it's more about mental illness.
Is it?
Than superhero.
Maybe.
It's very chaotic, and I'm really invested in it now because it was very, like, it really not a lot of things rope me in nowadays because I've got literally a 3-minute attention span because of TikTok.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So if you rope me in, it's got to be, hopefully, the second episode's as good. And the main character is pretty good looking, too.
Apparently Deadpool is Marvel, but not a part of the MCU. but not a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But why?
See, and that's why...
That doesn't make any sense.
That's because Marvel decided, 10 years ago that they were going to do a whole series of things that all kind of interconnect, and it was like this big project, right?
Yeah,
Is
the
that right?
Avengers.
Right.
Yeah, all the ones that are going to be... all the ones that are in the Avengers.
Avengers is Marvel?
Yes! Avengers is Marvel, Cindy.
I feel like they should just be like all the banks of America and just conglomerate into one thing.
They did. That's
so that
literally
Batman can hang out with Deadpool and Spider-Man can I don't even know if Spider-Man's with Batman.
Spider-Man is Marvel now, I think, but it didn't used to be that way. I don't know. I guess Spider-Man is a relatively new addition to the MCU, but I don't know. I'm kind of talking out of thin air here.
I did try to watch because I don't think I ever watched any of the Spider-Mans between Tobey Maguire and the guy that's doing it now.
Tom Holland. So you didn't watch Andrew Garfield?
I don't think so, and I can't find him anywhere because I can't figure out what year.
What year?
They don't have a list of here's how you watch all the Spider-Mans in order.
I think Amazing Spider-Man was the early 2010s.
Who was the girlfriend for
Emma Stone? She was Gwen Stacy.
Okay, I don't think I saw those.
Yeah, I liked them at the time, but in hindsight, I'm
like, what happened?
No, sorry, I accidentally I turned myself off. Anyway, so what I was gonna say is, in hindsight, they're not as good as Tobey Maguire or the first Spider-Man that Tom Holland did, which was, I think, Spider-Man Homecoming. I still haven't seen Far From Home. I still haven't seen the most recent one because Far From Home is not on streaming yet. And
is Far From Home the one where he takes a school trip, to England or something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
I think I saw that.
Well, it's not on streaming, so that I don't pirate things anymore.
I don't know how I saw that. I had to have seen it somewhere because I didn't see it in the theaters.
Probably on TV or something, but since it's not on streaming, I haven't seen it, and I probably won't until it's on streaming.
I kind of want to see the new one just because I keep seeing that scene where all three Spider-Man are together.
I know that it happens. I haven't seen any of the scenes though.
I hope I'm not spoiling, but it's been everywhere. Out.
It's been out. If you haven't seen it yet.
Oh, apparently it was Italy they went to.
Oh, Italy. Okay.
It shows you how closely I paid attention when I was watching that movie. Because it didn't really draw me in that much.
Oh. Did you like the first one better? Homecoming?
I don't know. I don't like Spider-Man as much. Period.
See, he's my favorite.
It seems like every time they've rebooted it, it's like you got to tell the beginning story again. We all know the beginning story. Nothing has changed.
I like his origin story better than I like everyone else's origin story.
The only exception to that is that cartoon that came out, which I did not even want to see because it was Spider-Man.
Into the Spider-Verse was so
amazing.
Good.
Yeah.
It was so good.
And I liked it because it was the origin story was a little bit different, but it also kind of threw everything at you, all the different versions, which is such a neat concept. I just love that. I love that idea. I've always loved the idea of the theory that when you make a decision, one of you goes one way. I love that idea.
Create another reality. Yeah, that's crazy to think about because then think about if that's true. Think of how many versions of you are out there in different universes.
None of them have their crap together. I guarantee you.
I think you know what? I think along the way, at least some of the other Mollys have gotten their S together.
None of
their
my
life together. Excuse me. I think there are a few, not this version, but the other versions. Some, and I think there are some other versions who are way worse off.
Probably dead already.
I'm sure some of them
I'm
are.
talking about mine personally.
I'm talking about me. I'm sure some of them are.
Okay, I want to make sure I'm in my gallery. I can save this for after. It's 5 till. Or should we wait till 8?
No, you can do another one.
So this one we're going to make fun of.
Okay.
He's about my age, a little bit younger.
Okay.
And this is one I took a picture of. This is not live. So I don't know if it's still on Tinder or not. The only women I see on here are either fat, freaks, or frauds. Prove me wrong.
Wait,
so that's what we call negging.
I've never seen that in the wild. I've only seen screenshots of that.
I know, I was very excited.
Oh my gosh.
I wanted to send it to Drew Afulo.
Yeah.
If you feel...
Or Amelia.
Oh my God, it gets worse! I think I took a copy of it just for that first sentence, but it gets worse.
Oh no, okay.
If you feel the need to define your pronouns, I have zero time for you.
Bye.
I can't even. If you contributed to the puppet currently in office, kick rocks, it'll never work. Kick rocks?
What's that?
I mean, I say that.
What does that
I say that all the time.
What does that mean?
It just means
F off?
go off. Like, leave me alone.
Kick rocks.
Yeah.
I like that.
But I've never heard a grown man use it.
No. I've never heard anyone use it.
I've used it. But the bull ring sticking... Seriously?
What?
He's going to go into facial piercings. The bull ring sticking out of both your nostrils tells me everything I need to know about you. He knows everything he needs to know about everybody.
So he doesn't like the septum piercing.
Right.
Okay. I actually think septum piercings are cool. I would never get one.
I wouldn't either.
I would never get one just because I'm kind of a baby when it comes to pain. But I think they look cool.
I mean, I don't love them, but I'm not going to... I mean, my daughter has one.
Yeah.
So
it looks cool.
Yeah, it looks very cool. But I'm not going to judge people for any of that. Clearly he'll pass.
I am judging him.
He's going to pass.
I am judging him.
Well, I love this too. It tells me everything I need to know about you. That you're cool.
Yeah, that I'm too cool for you.
That you're financially stable enough to get your nose pierced.
Yeah.
Because that's not cheap half the time.
No, it's not.
But he's going to pass.
Okay,
he's going to pass on that.
That's okay. And you're also going to pass.
I'm normal.
All right.
That's not the flex he thinks it is.
That's not a flex, buddy. Also,
I mean,
I'm not
you
sure
cannot
if
be
that's
normal.
True. I'm not sure if that's true.
Emotionally and financially stable.
Not if you're having this visceral of a reaction over facial piercings. You're not, bro. I don't think you're as emotionally stable.
And if he's a big fan of the
are.
previous president, I'm guessing he's not financially stable. I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I know a lot of broke people who love Trump. And
right.
who...
But also, I know a lot of rich people who love Trump as well.
Well, that's why, yeah. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't understand broke people voting Republican. But whatever.
I don't either. But...
not desperate to find somebody, but if the right one comes along, oh God, and he ends it with, it would be nice to have a partner in crime.
Wait, that's a red flag.
Exactly. But he doesn't put down none your business, or he went to the University of Northern Iowa. Not hard rocks or hard knocks.
Gosh.
All right. I don't know if
what a gentleman, Cindy. Why didn't you swipe right on that?
I didn't, but I took time to get his picture.
Okay.
This tells me everything I need to know about him.
It's like a hunting picture.
Yeah. Oh, and backwards baseball cap.
Oh, you don't like that?
I think he has a hat on in every single one. That tells me everything I need to know about.
That tells me he's balding and he's insecure about it. There's nothing wrong with balding.
Actually, there is one with hair, but it looks like a hat.
I don't really see that.
This is definitely a toupee. It's definitely a toupee. And I have nothing against that, but own it and don't be making fun of other people's fatness.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, that tells me he's projecting his own insecurities on others.
And if you can't see, there's a lot of camouflage.
Yeah.
And there's a bow, which actually I actually admire bow hunting.
Do you?
As opposed to, well, just because I know it takes a lot more skill and patience.
Mm-hmm.
Although
I'm not just
that would not be my first choice.
Not a fan of hunting.
But again, before people get mad at me for making fun of him not having hair, it's that he hides it.
We are talking about
He hides it, and he's insecure about it, and he shouldn't be. He should own.
So the way I see it, he is making fun of other people's outward appearances while hiding the things that he himself is insecure about.
And he doesn't like the fat freaks or frauds.
Right.
In his opinion. That tells me everything I need to know about you, dude.
What if there's a woman who is all three?
Fat,
a
and
freak,
a freak, and a fraud?
And a fraud.
I would date her.
Yeah.
Dude, seriously. Okay, spoiler alert.
Well, we need to go to
We
it.
did not match.
Oh.
I didn't even try.
Oh my gosh. Wait, what do you mean?
I didn't even try. I swear to God.
You swiped left on such a prince. You are not going to find anything better, Cindy.
I know.
All right, so we're going to take a break, and we'll continue next. You're listening to the Mighty 1630 KCJJ.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Dell Small Business.
I'm Matt Piper in New York. With the war overseas exacerbating global fuel prices, President Biden launches the largest release ever from the U.S. oil reserve, 1 million barrels daily for the next 6 months. KNX Radio's John Baird on if it will help gas prices in ever-expensive California.
The burning question is, will releasing 1 million barrels a day actually bring gasoline prices down? One oil industry analyst says, yes, it will.
If I look at the numbers and I construct the cost into the stations, there's no question you should be heading below $6.
Another analyst says tapping into the U.S. oil reserves will do nothing.
This is going to have little or no impact on prices except for a short-term blip.
Meantime, after 32 straight days of gas price increases here in L.A. County, we've finally seen prices ease up.
Russia said earlier this week that it would ease up fighting around Ukraine's capital of Kyiv, but our Deborah Pata is there and says it does not seem like it.
Body after body pulled from the battlefields of Irpin, the human cost of war lining the road to the capital, and where Russia also suffered crushing losses. The enemy, they're just kids, the soldier says. They're like cannon fodder. But Vladimir Putin is not done fighting, today authorizing the draft of another nearly 135,000 new conscripts.
Groups in Texas are ready to help Ukrainians a week after President Biden pledged the U.S. to take in 100,000 of them.
Texas is expecting to resettle around 12,000 Ukrainian refugees. Russell Smith, the CEO of Refugee Services of Texas, says they're preparing to help between 3,000 and 5,000 of them.
One positive thing is that we've ramped up capacity and staff with the Afghans, so we're kind of ready for the next wave.
Over the past year, they've been able to resettle 2,500 Afghan refugees, and they're just finishing that second wave.
Maybe late summer and fall, we'll start seeing Ukrainians.
Chris Fox for CBS News, Austin.
To South Carolina, where a 12-year-old student was shot and killed by another 12-year-old inside their middle school.
Walking really fast, and he looked really nervous, and there was just a whole crowd of kids, and all of a sudden he reaches in his backpack, just pulls out a gun, fires one shot. I didn't even think twice. I just ran.
The shooter was found hiding under a deck at his home. To Vegas, where Formula One will head to next year for one big night for the first time in 40 years. Nevada Governor Steve Sisolak.
We know the economic impact that Formula One is going to have on this community is enormous.
This is CBS News.
Dell Technologies advisors are here with the right Windows PC and tech solutions so you can stop at nothing for your customers. Call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL. A start to a simpler experience with Windows 11 Pro.
Research shows that people remember radio ads with a booming voice that emphasizes all the main points. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
That part is super important.
Here's one with a booming voice.
I'm emphasizing everything.
Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance.
Like a page with every word highlighted.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Your happiest spring starts with Lowe's, and it all starts with a beautiful green lawn. Keep it looking sharp and save $50 on the Cobalt 40-volt self-propelled mower. Was $399, now just $349. And give the rest of your yard a healthy boost with a bag of our premium mulch at the everyday low price of $368. Create a season full of happiness at Lowe's. Home to any budget, home to any possibility. Selection varies by location. While supplies last, about 3/31 through 4/6. Mulch offer excludes Alaska and Hawaii. U.S. only.
From the Hertine and Stalker Studios in the heart of the Hawkeye Nation, this is the mighty 1630 KCJJ, Iowa City.
Hertine and Stalker Jewelers, making memories, making moments.
Now, Iowa City's news first.
I'm Tommy Lang with KCJJ News. An area transient was arrested after allegedly assaulting an Iowa City woman and taking her property. The incident reportedly occurred just before 4:30 p.m. Wednesday. The victim called the Johnson County Joint Emergency Communications Center and reported that 50-year-old Corone Coleman had assaulted her at her Fairchild Street residence. Police met with the victim, who had scrapes on both of her hands. She said Coleman wanted money, and when she wouldn't give it to him, he took her phone. An altercation ensued, resulting in Coleman allegedly throwing an object at the woman's window and breaking it. Police located Coleman a few blocks away from the woman's residence, allegedly with the victim's cell phone. After being read his Miranda rights, Coleman reportedly told officers he'd taken the woman's phone so he could talk to his son. Post-arrest, police allegedly found the woman's debit card along with a meth pipe on Coleman's person. A check of Coleman's arrest record shows multiple theft convictions. He's now charged with simple assault, third-degree theft, fourth-degree criminal mischief, and possession of drug paraphernalia. If convicted on all counts, Coleman faces a sentence of over 3 years. A West Liberty man who confronted his ex in downtown Iowa City last summer and reportedly assaulted her has been arrested on an outstanding warrant. Police say 23-year-old Andres Garcia Vargas saw the woman leaving downtown Iowa City with another man the evening of June 5th between midnight and after bar close. He confronted her in the 200 block of South Capitol Street and allegedly punched her in the face, causing her to fall down. The woman suffered pain and swelling to her cheek and an injury to her hand. Garcia Vargas and the woman were separated at the time after previously cohabitating in a relationship that produced 2 children. A warrant was issued for Garcia Vargas' arrest on February 18th, and he was taken into custody just after midnight Thursday. He was charged with domestic abuse assault causing injury, a serious misdemeanor. A no-contact order was also requested by the woman. A University of Iowa student who was charged with having a fake ID was later arrested for OWI after trying to pick up someone from the Johnson County Jail. According to police, 19-year-old Kaylee Osterhaus of Manchester was a passenger in a vehicle stopped for a traffic offense on Byington Road just after 1:20 a.m. Wednesday. She was released from the scene by the officer, but she allegedly approached the officer afterwards, uninvited, to show him her student ID, so he knew she belonged in the dormitory to which she was going to enter. However, the arrest report indicates that in Osterhaus's other hand was a fictitious Minnesota driver's license with her name and likeness, but an altered birth date making her appear to be of legal drinking age. She was charged with possession of a fictitious ID, a serious misdemeanor. Then at 2:50 that morning, Iowa City police were informed that Osterhaus arrived at the Johnson County Jail to pick up an individual, but was turned down because she was intoxicated. She left, but returned with another individual to have them pick up the person at the jail. Officers observed her in the driver's seat with bloodshot, watery eyes and the odor of ingested alcohol. Osterhaus reportedly admitted to drinking, and after showing impairment on field sobriety tests, provided a datamaster test with a blood alcohol level of 0.132%. Osterhaus was charged with her first OWI, also a serious misdemeanor. In sports, the University of Iowa baseball and softball teams are on the road this weekend. The baseball team is in Ann Arbor taking on Michigan for a 3-game series starting Friday afternoon. The softball team is in College Park, Maryland, taking on the Terrapins for a 3-game series starting Friday night at 5. All 6 games can be seen on BTN+, with live audio of the softball games also available on YouTube. For more information, go to HawkeyeSports.com. With KCJJ News, I'm Tommy Lang.
KCJJ Weather, brought to you by Plum Supply.
Plum Supply kitchens and baths. Your home never looks so beautiful.
With a look at your forecast, I'm meteorologist Ashley O'Connor. Partly cloudy skies tonight. Low temps will fall to the mid-20s. Nice tomorrow with sunshine, and it will be much warmer with highs reaching the upper 40s and low 50s. Scattered rain showers are likely Friday night into the day Saturday with a high Saturday of 52. Mainly sunny on Sunday with high temps in the upper 50s. More rain is likely on Sunday night. Partly cloudy Monday with highs in the upper 50s. That's KCJJ weather. Currently, it's 33 degrees.
You're listening to Molly Suter on the mighty 1630 KCJJ.
Yes, you are. You're also listening to Cindy, the other girl.
Yes.
All right, so if you're just joining us last 10 minutes ago, we were talking about a gentleman that Cindy encountered on Tinder, or at least his profile. She did not have an interaction with this individual, but he was basically body shaming every woman on Tinder.
And we agreed we could make fun of them.
If they were being
a jerk.
A jerk, yeah.
But that's what they call negging, right? Where they like start out by being a jerk, thinking that you're going to be like, oh, I'm going to make him like me.
Yes, so I think it's usually a tactic when you're already like on the date and somebody is like, oh, you gained a bit of weight during quarantine, or or something like that, like subtle digs, and you're just like hoping that you'll be so desperate to win their approval that you'll do whatever they want, like probably sleep with them or something.
And that totally would have worked for me when I was like 19, 20. I'm just saying.
I think it works for a lot of 19 and 20-year-olds. That's why people prey on 19 and 20-year-olds.
I have a way better self-esteem than I used to.
Yeah, me too. That wouldn't have worked on me, though. I
think you were a smarter 19 and 20-year-old than I was.
Yes.
It does not take much.
Oops. Sorry. I'm playing around with this thing. I'm like...
You know they scratch their body parts with that, right?
Backs.
Oh.
It's just a
just
back.
Their backs?
It's just a back scratcher, Cindy.
I don't know what those guys do in the morning.
It's just a back scratcher. Ew. It's a back scratcher.
Over the clothes or under the clothes?
Over.
Okay. You say that with confidence, but I'm not so sure.
Well, I'm handling it over here.
Just don't put that other part in your mouth.
Why would I?
I don't know.
Why would I do that, Cindy? Ew.
That was the mom in me.
I'm not a toddler.
I'm gonna figure out the worst way you could use that.
Ew.
I don't. Oh my gosh, I don't know how old this guy is though.
Oh.
4 kids though.
It could be any age.
That's true, and
it
doesn't say his age.
Oh.
But he throws in the sarcastic, which I don't.
Wait, so he himself is sarcastic?
Brutally honest. And maybe he means that the best way.
No, so you're mean.
That's what I think too.
If you put brutally honest, that means you're a jerk.
Because it's brutally honest in this order: brutally honest, loyal, sarcastic.
No.
Well, he says sarcastic goofball with no comma, so maybe I don't know. I'm trying to make it work. Laid back, easygoing, own house, bills.
He owns bills?
Yeah. Make my own way, always improving, never settle. Not into drugs, drinking, or babysitting someone else's.
You have 4 kids.
But I don't know if he means babysitting someone else that's been doing drinking and drugs. Maybe?
Or
I don't know. It's kind of a run-on.
I thought maybe that was a reference to, like, not babysitting somebody else's kids.
Yeah,
like, he doesn't want someone with their own kids.
Maybe. But he says it right after the drugs and drinking.
Oh.
But the reason why I got this, what really caught my eye is if your preferred method of communication is Snapgram, we're probably not the same.
Snapgram.
He's trying to be clever there.
I know. But
but also it just annoys me because it's like the same people is like, I don't text. I'm not going to text. I want to meet in real life. I'm like, you're meeting me on a mobile app.
Yeah, like this is kind
You're going to text because I want to know that you can spell and that you can communicate.
Yeah. Also, I don't know about you, but I don't meet people right away. I want to be talking for at least a week on the app.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. No, I've told the story before about like how somebody wanted to meet like that night, and I'm like, no.
And I've seen many times on many people talking about dating that that's a red flag. If they keep forcing you
Yeah.
to meet right away, that's a red flag.
That could be. I can see how some people are like, let's just like meet and talk in person, blah blah blah, and I understand that, but also like from the standpoint of myself, I'm a woman, and that seems like a good way to get murdered.
Yes,
to me.
exactly, that too.
Like, and I don't think a lot of men think like that. They think like, oh, I would never hurt you. Like, I just want to get to know you like in person.
Right.
But that's not how my brain works. That's not how a lot of women's brains
Well, and
work.
I think I can tell a lot about your personality by interacting with you via text or chat for a little while, at least.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. And also, I think there's this element, like, I'm at the age now where I'm realizing that if someone tries to push you into doing something that you're not ready for, that's a red flag, no matter what it is.
No, for sure. No matter what it is.
Because I've had guys in the past, I just recently figured this out, that, you know, I go by Cindy. I have my given name.
Yeah.
And then I have a nickname that not very many people call me. And I remember I had one guy who just, like, basically put me in a position where he's like, well, I'm going to call you that nickname. And I'm like, well, I don't know.
I
Like,
don't really want
it was
you
like
to.
this thing, like it was this challenge to like call me by this nickname. And I'm like, you know, really my mother and like my sister and 2 friends have ever called me that nickname. It's really not, you know what I mean? Like, it was just this, and it just made me realize that he was like pushing this onto me that I wasn't comfortable with. And I know it seems silly and seems little, but that's like told me what I should have known from the beginning.
From the beginning, because if he's going to insist on something that's small, he's also going to insist on
and
bigger things.
Remind me of that when
More
I do
important
date.
things. I will.
Would you please?
I will. I absolutely will.
Because I've learned these lessons.
I do already to my friends who date, and they don't like it when I bring that up again. Where I'm
Like
just
when they
remember,
show you who they are.
believe them. When they show you who they are, believe them.
Don't live another year and a half on that first date that was so magical.
I saw something on Reddit that reminds me of this. Somebody was like arguing with their boyfriend, or they were doing something that their boyfriend was like agitated by, and he yelled at her. He yelled at her to stop doing whatever she was doing. It was something harmless. And rather than like saying, okay, I'll turn down the music or whatever it was, like, she broke up with him on the spot. And she's like, nobody's going to talk to me like that. Nobody's going to disrespect me like that. Because if I had shown them that they could yell at me, they're going to do it again and then possibly escalate. And so I'm like, that's
a smart little gal.
True. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, don't put up with it. And they weren't going out for very long either. It was like maybe 3 months in. And if it's that soon, then there's going to be more incidents like that, and it probably would escalate.
Yeah. That's smart. Not a lot of people do that.
No, not a lot of people do that at all.
Well, because a lot of people think, oh, it's just that one little thing.
Exactly. But no, if he gets so upset by something little that you're doing, like maybe slightly annoying, if he like flies off the handle about something small, that should scare you.
Yeah, he's showing you who he is.
Exactly.
This is a guy that I think I should have right swiped on. I don't know if I did or not, though. Well-established, professional, looking for someone who is the same.
Okay. Yeah,
Maybe
that's a solid bio.
I know, he's too good.
Not what I
particularly someone my age or older, and he's 40.
Okay.
Whoops. Oh, no, I did not right swipe on him because he loves to hit the gym.
Oh. You know what? As far as, like, maybe not red flags, but maybe yellow flags go, that's probably an innocent one. That's the lowest tier one.
So it's not a red flag. It's just that I don't need that kind of pressure.
Yeah, I feel like
part of me.
I've never dated like a gym bro. But
I have
feel
not
like,
either.
But I feel like some of them might be like. But I know a person who has. My friend dated a personal trainer, and he thought it was okay to make comments about her body.
Well, and that would be and I don't know that all of them are that way. And
like,
if that's your hobby, I'll support it, and I would want you to help me get into that, but I don't think I should be putting that on the dude.
No.
Like, I want to get to the gym. I want to be one of those people that goes to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to do that on my own, and I can't be dating somebody who does it and expect them to. Does that make sense?
I don't think they would necessarily expect you to put that pressure on them. I was thinking more about putting that pressure on you.
Well, no, I would want them to put that pressure on me, but then I would resent. It's the whole thing. I've lived my life. I know what's going to happen. I know how this ends, Molly. It ends with me not going to the gym. And when you say you love to hit the gym.
Yeah. Did I tell you one time I had a guy from junior high and high school. Like, I wasn't friends with him. We just knew each other. We had some classes together. On my birthday one year, I got, like, a DM from him, and I thought it was just him gonna be like, happy birthday, or something. But no, he was, like, oddly hitting me up for, like, personal training. He was like, are you content with your gym, with your workout routine? I'm like, yes, I am. Thank you. And he's like, well, my gym is just opening up. You know, we have blah, 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 blah. We have blah, blah, blah. I would love to work with you. And I'm like, are you specifically targeting me? Like, you think I need to work out? Or are you working through your entire list of, like, friends on Facebook?
He sounds like he's part of an MLM, is what it sounds
like a gym MLM. No, I think it was really just promo for his gym.
Right. And some of those gyms do have people specifically hired to get people to come in.
And that might have been that, but I'm just like, you know what? I'm okay with paying $10 a month for Planet Fitness, and I can go in whenever I want, and I don't have a personal
I pay $20
trainer.
a month and I don't even go.
Oh, well.
But I'm that kind of girl.
See, I liked the reason, because there's a gym, like, right down the street from my house, and the reason I don't go there is because it's like $30 a month, and Planet Fitness in the Iowa City Marketplace.
I know, and it's awesome.
$10 a month, and I'm like, I would rather pay that. And like during the pandemic, I let it sit a little bit because I didn't go for like a solid 14 months. I just let it sit, and that is $140. But also, like, it's
always there when you need it.
It's always there, and it's the least expensive option out there. And so if
I've done more expensive options, and this is the best option.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I used to go to a gym where it's $50. And that was because, like, they had a pool, they have rock climbing, they have whatever. And I just wanted to use the cardio equipment and then some weights. Like, that's it. That's all I need. And Planet Fitness has that. So.
Right. If I liked doing classes, which I don't really.
Planet Fitness has classes.
They do, but like they're all at weird hours that I don't ever do. But and that's the case with any of them. If you pay a lot of money to go to a gym that has classes, you have to go by their schedule.
Yeah.
I love Planet Fit, even though I don't go. And they weren't charging during the beginning of the pandemic. They weren't charging.
Yeah, but
there's like 6 months there where I didn't get a charge.
Oh, it was 6 months?
I think so. It was a while.
I thought it was 3 months.
Oh, maybe it was 3, but it was a long time. I felt like for what?
It was like, what, April to July?
I don't remember exactly, but I just remember, obviously, I don't even notice it anymore. It's just...
But it was when things opened back up in, like, June of 2020. But yeah.
But they didn't have to do that. I would have... I mean, it's so cheap that... And I get the expensive one, the $20, $24, or whatever it is.
Yeah, which you can, like, bring a person and you get, like... tanning and massages.
And I also like that they don't charge you to cancel it like some gyms do if you do it before a certain amount of time. And then a lot of times if you hit it right, you don't have to pay anything as a fee.
However, they do make you do it in person. They make you come in and quit in person. And I think that means they're trying to persuade you not to do it. But I think when I quit once before, I think the person that I got, like, was really not feeling it that day and just granted me it with no strings attached or whatever. But yeah, you can't even call and quit. You have to do it in person, which I think is a little bit sleazy.
Well, and I haven't had that problem. I had my youngest daughter. She had it. Like, I was paying for it. She was underage, but she had a membership. And so she wasn't using it at all. So I went in and canceled hers. And they didn't really give me any because I was still paying for mine.
Yeah.
So it was no big deal.
So they didn't give you any crap, yeah.
Oh, but this guy goes on to continue to say, we will not get along. If you love Trump/conservative, think critical race theory is made up.
Oh my gosh.
Or say things like, all lives matter.
Oh, I love him.
I know, I love him.
Oh, I love him.
Except for he loves to hit the gym.
Okay,
and again, that's not a red flag.
All of those other things, like, trump that, though, I think. You should swipe
but
right on him.
I don't think I did. I think he was too young, and he actually is really cute.
Oh,
He's
is he
really
too
cute.
young for you?
He's 40.
Is that too young?
He looks like he's
To me, that's
30.
too old. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, to me, 40 is a little old.
He's a forest researcher, too. I don't know if that's made up or...
No, that sounds
like
cool. It does. That sounds
Dang it.
cool.
Why did I just take a picture?
Didn't he said he wanted an older woman, Cindy? He said his age or older.
Well, if he pops up again,
he would
I'll
not be
right-swipe
interested
on him.
in me.
You're an old soul. Second.
I've been told that before. What does that mean? What does that mean?
It just means that you're more mature, I think, than your age. Doesn't it?
Does it?
That's what I
Am
mean by it.
All right, well, thanks.
And also, you can remember dates like an old lady.
Oh, yes. I am cursed with a good memory for that and, like, remembering everything my friends say. And it's a blessing because I'm a good listener and I remember what they say to me. And it's also a curse because, like, that energy is not reciprocated a lot. So, like, people will not remember what I say.
Well, they probably don't remember what they say either. So.
No, they don't. But I'm like, remember you told me blah, blah, blah. And they're like, when did I tell you that? And I'm like, 4 years ago. And they're like, how do you remember that? And I'm like, I just do.
I don't remember anything. I can't remember what I say. So I'm a young soul then. No.
A young soul.
No. That means I'm really immature, which I would not disagree with.
You're not. I don't think
I'm not
you're
that immature.
yeah.
But so this guy didn't take a picture of his picture, but he is sarcastic. I don't love that as a description.
I don't either. That's.
I don't think that.
That's a personal red flag to me.
But I also don't think that means, like, the one that really grinded my gears is the I'm fluent in sarcasm. I see that a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
feel like
think that's the flex you think it is.
They're trying to be cute.
Yeah. And sarcasm to me is like, it just seems immature to me.
Right, I agree.
Maybe they just don't know what sarcasm means. Maybe they think that means being
mean.
Funny mean. That's what it is. You're being mean.
Yeah.
Because isn't that what sarcasm is? It's like...
Yeah, it's like you're constantly...
Oh, yeah, I really love that.
Or being negative.
Yeah.
But in a joking way.
And then you're the guy that says, oh, I was just joking. Even though I said something really mean. You're not laughing. But I was joking.
I think a lot of people say that. And I just, like... If for a relationship, I would love, like, genuine communication and genuine
or just genuine humor too. Just genuine
yeah
humor.
Just be genuine.
But he's sarcastic, often speaks in movie or TV quotes.
Okay.
Yeah, I can keep a running joke alive for years. Oh,
nice.
Huh?
Why is that?
That's what she said. Huh? Actually, that's my joke that I've been saying for years and years I didn't make it up, obviously, but I have run that into the ground.
I'm like, how was that that's what she said joke?
No, that's the joke.
All right.
Although I was saying the other day, I was telling my friend at work that I might start on my dating profile. That may be what that's it.
That's what she said?
Just say that's what she said. And that's it. And see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
I can also carry on a meaningful intellectual conversation. I'm trustworthy, possess empathy and compassion. And when I commit,
possessive, I'm like,
when I commit to someone, I'm loyal like a Labrador.
Oh, cute!
Like the dog.
Golden Retriever energy. We love that.
I'm not an activist, but I do make it a point to shake the hand of every veteran I meet. I own firearms, know how to use a grill, and fly the stars and stripes proudly.
Oh.
But he also owns a tattoo gun. I'm really confused.
Well, that doesn't mean anything. Like, people get tattooed, no matter their political affiliation.
It's not just for hippies anymore?
No. Everyone gets them. I would not swipe right on that gentleman. I would swipe left.
I don't know. I didn't.
If I were
either.
on the apps.
These are all just guys that I noticed throughout the last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
This one's cute, though. What to write? First, fully vaccinated. What a pick-up line, huh?
It is, actually.
I know.
It's vital information.
Hit it.
I need to know.
Perfectly. I'm just looking for someone with a sense of humor, preferably a smartass. That's kind of close to sarcasm.
Close to sarcastic. That's too close.
Because I am one as well. Looking for someone to get out and about with. Go for walks, grab a drink or a bite to eat, or maybe even catch a baseball game with.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'd be down for that. Are there any females out there that...
Females?
Wait, are we not supposed to say females or women?
Listen, if you say the word females, that implies to me that, like... That's just like, you females are all the same, blah, blah, blah.
Because there's something wrong with the word female to say it, and I don't exactly know why.
It's not wrong per se. It's just like, it's very clinical, and it's very like, you're looking at us all like a species instead of like women.
Well, I can't say the whole sentence.
Oh.
Are there any females out there that won't play effing head games?
Okay, wait.
Before we even meet. I don't even know
Swipe
what that
left.
means.
If you're already being really
I took a picture. I didn't swipe.
Cryptically dramatic.
I mean, it was going really strong. Why?
It was. Why are you adding that at the end?
Like, just stop. One paragraph.
That's like really cryptic and dramatic, and I wouldn't want any part of that.
And I have yet to meet one on here.
Well, why are you here?
If you come here to do that, I am out. I talk to the general public daily. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
I think he got hit on the head after that first paragraph.
What does he mean by head games?
And I see a lot of that in the profiles.
Me too.
I don't want to play games. I'm like, who's playing games?
What does that mean? Does that mean like someone is ghosting you? Does that mean like women... I don't know what head games are.
Well, and I think... I don't know if this is true, but I think that some of these guys get on here and they expect something, not just sex, but like they expect things to go the way they want it to go, and if they don't, that's a game being played when it's not.
When its expectations not being met.
Just because they don't like what's going on doesn't mean that a game is being played.
That's what I'm guessing is what's happening too.
Like maybe they're swiping right and no one's swiping on them.
And they think that's a game. Yeah.
You match and no one ever chats because I don't chat first.
Right. There's a lot of people who just refuse to chat first, which is fine. Or you're just like me. You download it when you're bored, you swipe, and then when you leave, or like when you like close the app for a bit and then suddenly you get matches and messages, you're like, wait, I don't actually want to date anyone. I just wanted to like look at pictures. You know?
I mean, I'd be curious if I right swiped on it, if he would have matched, knowing that Tinder is the one where I say, hey, I'm like basically doing this for a radio gig.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Have you gotten any right swipes even with the disclaimer?
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
Nice.
I've not a lot, but I've got matches, and I've got a couple guys that chatted.
Like, chat because of that, yeah.
And some of them will say, hey, radio, that sounds interesting.
I wonder if they're listening. Probably
not. But but I was telling my coworker, I'm like, men are swiping right on me, even though it's like I'm clear that this is maybe not that maybe it's serious. I don't know, but
also sometimes I think I've said this before, but sometimes men just don't read the bios and they will swipe right on like either everybody or just based on pictures. And what you said about how the Tinder like interface is now, like sometimes you won't even notice a bio.
Oh.
And so that might be what's happening. But obviously if they're chatting about it, that means they did read.
Yeah. So
some of them are reading. Congrats, gentlemen, you are proving that you're literate, which is a good sign.
I know. Well, and I don't right swipe on anyone based on the pictures alone. I don't even right swipe on someone who just has only pictures.
No. You need at least a little bit of a bio in order for me to swipe. You could be like the cutest person around and I'll still swipe left if your bio is blank.
Right. Because then I feel like you may not be a real person.
Mm-hmm.
Which is another reason why I don't swipe right on very good looking guys. Because I feel like they might be Catfishing, yes. Not sure why I wrote this. No one reads them. They do. We just talked about that.
I read them.
Looking for a partner.
In crime?
No! This is looking good.
All right.
Looking for a partner, comma.
Okay.
Someone to enjoy life with.
Wonderful.
That's true. Curves preferred, but not required.
Oh.
I like horror movies. Outdoors. Photography. I am honesty and loyal.
You are honesty and loyal.
Everything else looks good, though. So I'm okay with an occasional missed letter.
He might not know that it was a typo. Maybe he typed honest, his phone added the Y.
Please, no drama. We're doing so well.
If you say no drama, it means you're dramatic. It means you're the drama.
Exactly.
It means you're the drama.
Am I the drama?
I don't think I'm the drama. Am I the villain?
Hello, TikTok. This is a TikTok reference. I'm a dog person, but cats are okay.
Okay.
So they're okay with dating cats.
They're okay with dating dogs too.
They prefer to date dogs.
They prefer to date dogs.
But they will date cats.
All right.
That's very sweet. I am not looking for a sugar mama or a Barbie. What is Barbie? Just
a pretty blonde person who is really materialistic. That's what I associate with Barbie.
Plastic.
Yeah.
That's kind of rude.
It is a little bit rude. You can get your point across that you want like a quote unquote natural woman without putting other women down.
Nobody's natural. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
No. What are you talking about?
I think some men think that anything is, but they don't realize that their own girlfriends are wearing makeup. And, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Wait, there's something I want to talk about. So a few years ago, Taylor Swift did this, like photo shoot, and like she dyed her hair kind of like this brownish color, and like she has bushier eyebrows, and they did like a little bit of contour and like different like nose contour and stuff, and she looks a little bit different, but like they're good pictures. Like she's beautiful. And then there's so many comments from guys who are like, Taylor Swift without makeup is so pretty. And I'm like, you think this is without makeup?
They have no idea. It's like they don't know what weight is, and they have no idea.
The only way, like, they thought because she wasn't wearing, like, colorful eyeshadow or, like, noticeable mascara or eyeliner, that means that there's no makeup.
Right.
That's crazy.
Well, I'm guessing these are the same guys that wear the baseball cap all the time and are ashamed of their own deficiencies.
It's just so funny that like here she is in all of the makeup in the entire world, like the most makeup she's ever worn, and they're like, Taylor Swift without makeup is so pretty. And
yeah.
I'm like, what?
And also not looking for a chat buddy only.
Okay.
Not looking for just a friend. If you are rude or not on time, don't bother.
Okay.
I mean, I won't bother anyway.
No.
And I'll be on time.
Not if you have so many stipulations, no.
Yeah, there are a lot of rules, and we haven't even met.
Yeah. No, what they mean when they say, I don't want a chat buddy, don't want a pen pal, is that they're going to try to meet up within 2 days.
Right. And get you drunk. Okay.
Probably.
I don't know if I should judge this or not. He's been kind of rude the entire time, right?
He has been a little bit rude.
I also don't drive.
Well, okay. I think he's valid for that. I don't like driving. And if I didn't have to, I wouldn't. I hate driving. So I'm not going to fault him for that.
Instinct thinks that he doesn't drive because he's lost his license.
Might be.
Which might be the issue of why.
I feel like if you have so many rules, stipulations about that, like... You can't also be like, I don't
and
drive,
also you're going to have to drive 70 miles to come see me.
Yeah. Absolutely not.
But if that's a problem, don't bother because I can't change it.
Oh, is there like maybe a disability that makes him like not be able to drive?
Maybe, but...
Maybe he's legally blind? I don't know. I'm giving him the benefit of that out there.
He's dating cats and dogs. We're really not his type anyway.
That's true.
There's a lot of profiles that are like, don't waste my time.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I'm like, okay. I will not swipe right.
Okay, yeah, this is a good one. So hang in with me because the end gets good.
Okay.
New to Iowa. Moved from Chicago looking for someone to get to know and vibe with. Sounds good.
Okay.
It's a lot of fake profiles on here with fake pics. So please don't match with me. I know the difference. If you real, get at me. If not, please don't waste my time. For real. First time on here, stop hiding behind them filters.
Oh.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've made fun of like the heavy filters that you can barely see the person because they're blurry practically. But like every camera has a filter. Like I don't even know how to turn the beauty filter off.
Yeah. Your camera has a beauty filter.
Right.
I think he means like the Snapchat filters, though.
Yeah, but still, he's not winning me over here.
No.
And that's really what it's about. They need to start making profiles that cater to me. I'm kidding.
I'm not.
Stop hiding behind them filters and show your real self. If you gotta have a filter, that means you are ugly or hiding behind something. Be you, be yourself.
Okay.
He should go on the road with that.
Yeah, you should be a motivational speaker. Okay.
Here's the cherry on the top.
Wait, we're not done yet?
No. Dot. I am not vax. And never will be.
Oh my god.
I'm not a guinea pig to the government.
Oh no.
And government is with a capital G.
You were doing so well.
He was not doing well.
I know, I'm just kidding. Oh my god. Well, at least he's showing you his true colors right now.
I mean,
the people who say, "Oh, I'm not vaxxed," or swipe.
That's the picture.
Oh my god. What a winner.
Okay, so he's topless in the picture.
Yes, he is. All right. I'm not vaxxed, never will be. Okay. Vaxxed for what? COVID or anything? Because, like, when you entered school, you had to be vaccinated for certain things. If you went to public school.
I'm assuming if he's talking about the guinea pig and the government with a capital G.
He's talking about COVID, but still.
Yeah.
At least with COVID, like, all the anti-vaxxers are a lot more confident now, so they will just tell you, and so you can weed them out.
Exactly. That's what I like.
Yeah.
That is the one nice thing about the way things are today. People kind of show you who they are. Right off the bat.
Yeah.
Yep. This is a guy who's 61.
All right.
Just looking around for good company and laughs. Let's grab a beer and talk about being awesome. This starts out really well.
Okay.
Don't be fake. And leave the drama at home.
Oh, no.
Can I give a piece of advice?
To the men.
To men.
All around
looking for
us?
women. I don't know if the same is true, men looking for men. I don't know. But I can only speak from my experience.
Mm-hmm.
Don't talk about drama in your profile.
Right.
Just don't.
It means that you are the center of the drama. If you are noticing the drama is following you everywhere, that should tell you something.
Because you're picking people that
are dramatic, or you yourself are dramatic.
Or you just tick people off enough to where they get dramatic.
Exactly.
You're the trigger.
Yes.
I don't want to trigger.
No.
Don't be fake and leave the drama at home. I already said that.
Don't be fake.
Ain't nobody got time for that. That's my inflection, not his. I don't think he meant it that way. Please stop the duck face pics.
Wait, the duck face pics were...
Are people still doing the duck face?
No, it hasn't been a trend for at least 10 years, bro.
I don't know. I mean, I have my own personal opinions about...
I did duck face in 8th grade, and that was in 2006, 2007. Like, how long has it been since this guy has dated?
I don't know. Or he's just dating teenagers. Because they still do the duck face, I think.
Do they?
A little bit. Yeah.
Ugh.
And I think what bothers me so much is I have my own opinion. I don't love that. But I'm not going to tell people what to do. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to... My first foot forward when I introduce myself to someone is not to be hypercritical of the way someone else does stuff. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to put in my profile, hey, I don't need a topless picture of you.
Yeah, because you're going to do whatever you want to do, and I'm just personally not going to swipe right on that. Or, like, I'm personally just not going to like that. It doesn't mean I need to point it out.
I don't need to try to dictate the way the world is.
Someone in the chat room is like, do you have any dating advice for these girls? Because we're giving advice to the guys. And I'm saying for the girls, know your worth.
Well, and also most of our advice would be how to stay safe.
Yeah.
That's the bad thing.
It's how to stay safe. Always meet in a public space.
Always tell your friends where you're going.
Yes.
Always keep your Snapchat location or
on.
whatever on so that people will know where you are at.
If possible, like if they go to the bathroom or something, like give an update about what's happening. And if alarm bells go off, like have a plan, have a friend you can call. Like when I was in college, I would do this thing with my friends. If they were having like a bad day or if someone gave them bad vibes, like I would have them call me and I would like pretend to like be walking and somebody was following me home, and so I would be like, you have to come pick me up, oh my god, someone's following me, and so they'd be like, okay, where are you, I'll come pick you up. Stuff like that. And so you just need like a plan to stay safe. But I'm guessing this person didn't mean something like that. I'm guessing this person who said this in the chat room said like things for the profile. I don't match with women or girls, so I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't know what's out there on the other side. I really don't. I've always been curious.
I don't know.
I could open it up to women too, just to see.
You could, but as I have some friends who also match with women who date women, and they say that there isn't actually a lot of like genuine people who are looking for like a relationship or even just hooking up or something. It's mainly just people who are looking for like a threesome with their husband, you know?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's usually
that pops up on mine too.
We're looking for a third,
or
something like that.
I've seen quite a few of those.
So yeah, our main advice is to stay safe, but also for me is just like look out for red flags in the profiles.
Right. Well, not only look out for them, but pay attention. Like, you can see them, don't talk yourself out of them.
Right.
Because I've done that before. I'm still probably doing it a little bit, but you see the red flag. Oh, well, I can work with that.
I feel like it's better to be overly cautious.
I agree with you now.
Yeah.
I did not for a while. Yeah, because those red flags don't get any better. This one's cute. I'm here to get roasted by hot chicks for motivation. So swipe right, talk your S, and throw the stink eye. That's cute.
Apparently Southern
That's
Justin,
cute.
Apparently Southern Justin's in the chat now, and I didn't notice.
Oh, and he goes on. I guess I didn't get it all.
What does
he wanted to be roasted by hot chicks, which I think that's cute. Single, no kids, not married. My match is hopefully the same. Not a drunk or a druggie. I smoke. I'm trying to quit. 420 friendly. We can try and start businesses together. He works for UPS, which I think I can say because there's a lot of UPS drivers.
Yeah.
UPS is the worst.
Is it?
He says.
He says that. I thought you just said that. I'm like, okay.
He said that in capitals. Then he says some curse words.
I want to say something about 420 friendly. That tells me that smoking weed is your entire personality. I feel like when people my age say that, in my experience, that means like you smoke weed every chance you get.
Well, in my experience is I would have to ask them, do you smoke regularly? And what does regularly mean to you? Because I've had in the past had several people that I've gone out with that are like, yeah, I just smoke every once in a while. I'm like,
what is
every once in a while? And then like on the date, they are smoking. Even though I've clearly said, I'm not a really big fan. I mean, I'm changing my mind about it a little bit, but I'm like, I was not a big fan at the time. I don't like it. It's not controlled enough for me to be able to enjoy smoking it.
I don't like the smell.
I don't like the smell.
That's my main gripe with it, honestly.
This particular date, he knew it, and twice he lit up. And he's like, do you mind? I'm like,
no. I mean, actually, yes.
I mean, you can do what you want to do, but we've already discussed I'm not a big fan of it. Like, you can do what you want to do, but if you're telling me now that you can't make it through a 3-hour date
without lighting up. That's a problem.
That is not an occasional user.
That's a problem to me. Yeah.
I guarantee you he wakes and bakes.
And maybe he was trying to calm himself down, but like...
I don't... I mean, as somebody who would like to drink on a date and doesn't, like, I think you can go 2 or 3 hours without...
Yeah, you can. Absolutely can.
This guy's cute. Why didn't I do this?
I don't know.
And I could get over the 420 thing. Because he says he's trying to quit.
That's not a red flag. It's just like a pet peeve of mine, something I've noticed.
Have a house. I'm thinking of selling and moving. Can't find a reason to stay here.
Oh, okay.
And he finishes strong. You can wear the pants or not.
Okay.
That's cute.
Yeah,
That's
I like
cute.
that.
He's a little too skinny for me, though.
What?
I don't like...
Like skinny guys?
I don't like... I think he's too young, too. He's 33.
I like men who look like they can be blown away in a windstorm.
Okay, you would like this guy. When you get on Tinder, because I know you will eventually, we'll wear you down. They keep coming up. This guy's adorable. I don't know which one is. So his picture is like 4 guys. So I don't know which one he is.
I hate that. Okay, so I include group pictures too, just to prove that I have friends. But also, like, I'll include several pictures of my face too.
And he may. I only grabbed a picture of the first, so he may have more of those. But just looking for a cute gamer girl who will eat my cooking and walk around the apartment nude. Don't worry, I'll keep the place warm. That's kind of cute. It's a little, but it's cute. I think it's cute.
Okay.
This guy's just funny. All these guys are too young. They're all in their 30s. But adorable. 30-year-olds, I think, have better sense of humor than guys my age, I think. I'm finding on Tinder.
You're a cougar.
Well, I think guys my age maybe haven't quite figured out how to be clever.
Right.
In their dating profiles, maybe.
Right, because they're older and they didn't... I mean, the guys who are 33 or however old that guy was probably started when they were in their mid-20s.
Their first dating experience
like
may have been on...
On Tinder, yeah.
My first... I was married. But before I got married, there was these things called personals.
Oh, really?
In newspapers.
Oh, you did one of those?
But back then I probably had ADHD and I couldn't get past the... It was always when I was drunk, I would write the personal.
Oh, my God.
And then we would talk about putting it in because you had to, like, send it in.
Yeah.
Or call it in. And
it was a newspaper, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I think the Daily Iowan might have had... Because I distinctly remember being drunk and responding to a personal. It did not go anywhere, obviously, because we were drunk and I think we kind of rambled on. But this guy is funny. Hello, I'm Ben. Ooh, there's a lot of Bens. He's Ben. He's 35. I've never been. Oh, that's another thing too. You don't need to put your name in your description.
No.
Because it's already...
I've noticed that too. It's like, hi, I'm blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I know.
I'm guessing he's somebody that signs every text with his name.
At 35, that's too young to be doing that.
Well, and that's the thing. His age says 36 in the profile, but his description says he's 35.
That means that it's an old bio, and he's since turned 36.
Oh.
It means he hasn't updated his bio.
He's adorable. Why has not he found somebody?
Maybe he's the worst.
That's possible. And that's another thing, too. I have been on and off these dating sites for 8 years, maybe, I think.
Yeah. For me, it's been since 2016.
And there's some people I see...
Yeah, that's 8. Oh, wait. No, that's 6 years for me.
There's some people I see that are still...
On here, yeah.
On here.
Yep. Sometimes I'm like, Oh, the gang's all here. Here's that dude from Muscatine.
Anyway, he's never been married, no children. I live in the woods. I may or may not be a feral cryptid. I think this is hilarious.
Wait, I love that.
I know. He may not be the worst, is all I'm saying. And he's a redhead.
Feral cryptid. I love that.
You can decide. Say hi if you feel inclined. Also, large dad bod.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm drawn to guys that are like kind of geeky, even though I'm not really geeky myself.
Right. I've always said that my type is like a hot video game nerd, even though I really don't game or anything. It's just an aesthetic type.
Well, this guy, he's closer to my age. But the name he's got on here, I don't think is his real name. Like it's it's an adjective.
Okay.
So I'm like, maybe it is his name. I don't know. Good sessions of Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh.
This is to find companions with similar interests and nothing more. I'm assuming this Tinder.
Mm-hmm.
Be ready to grab your discs or roll some 20s. Wait, is discs?
That's a D&D reference. The Roll20 is a D&D
I know
reference.
Roll20 is D&D, but discs, I'm assuming disc golf.
Disc golf? Yeah, that's what I thought. Unless that's also a D&D reference.
I know, but everyone I think I know that plays D&D also does disc golf.
Really?
I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure.
Me too.
I mean, is it a circle in the Venn diagram?
Probably. The people I used to play with also did like disc golf.
Did we just solve the world right here?
The Venn diagram of people who play Dungeons and Dragons and play disc golf is a circle.
This might make it to my Facebook. I'm going to ask people.
Please.
If you DM Super Bonus, I really admire DMs, by the way. I'm a frivolous fellow that enjoys life and still kicks around on a piece of ground in my hometown.
Okay.
I don't drink, don't smoke. 420 is up to you.
Okay.
In parentheses, me nope, stupid job responsibilities and such things. Roll 20 is getting old. Ice bowls are coming. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means. Maybe it's a reference to a video game or a TV show that we're not in on. I don't know. Is this still the guy that may be a cryptid?
No, this is a different one. The screen caps that I'm making are either people that I find interesting or people I just want to make fun of.
Right.
It's literally nothing in between. Or people I think you might like.
And we only make fun of people who are jerks, by the way.
Yeah.
Who are, like, picking on other people. Who
start out with no fatties.
Yeah. People like that.
I think I didn't swipe on him, but I pictured this because he did a lot of, what do you feel about using, not icons, or what are the pictures?
Bitmojis?
Yeah.
Not on Tinder or
something.
Well,
I've seen a lot of people who use the emojis a lot.
I feel like if you should be using your real face and, like, you can include your Bitmoji, like, if it's doing something cute that you like if it's camping or something and you like camping, like, cool, but I don't...
Well, and this one took me a while because I couldn't figure out what the arrows were for, and now I'm realizing he says a sentence, and then he has a left arrow or a right arrow. They're all left arrows, actually. So I think he's saying, not a drinker, but smoke green. Don't like it. Left swipe. Tattoos are sexy. No time for BS or games. Eye roll for me. Okay. Respect and trust are both earned, not given. Have flaky characteristics. Left swipe.
I mean, I agree about the trust thing. Definitely
My whole
earned.
issue is that he needs to put all these left swipe things like
into
in
bullet
one
points.
Yeah, into one little section because he's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
Oh, needing photo filters on your photos shows me an underlying insecurity or manipulation issues.
It's probably the insecurity more than the manipulation.
He needs to get together with the other dude. They would be best friends.
Or
I wish there's a way you could do that. Like, hey, you should meet this guy. Well,
they might.
I wouldn't wish that on either one of them.
Maybe they deserve each other.
Get them off the market for everybody else. Allergic to cats with a emoji of blowing nose, I think.
Oh, sad.
If all you want to do is text, left arrow.
But that also implies to me that like he's gonna be like, come on, let's meet up. I'm a good guy. Blah, 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 you know, and not take your feelings or safety into consideration. Exactly. That's where we're gonna end tonight because it is 9 o'clock.
God, the time flies when we're swiping.
It does, which is why we've gotten so many shows out of this one concept.
Listen, what if I get married? Don't worry about it.
If you get married, I'll go on Tinder so we can keep.
We got about 20 years.
Yes. All right. So thanks so much for listening to us today. I think we are good to put this up. There was no swearing.
I didn't curse at all. I get a gold star. I even saw curse words, and I said F instead of the word.
Yes. All right. So we're good. Unless there's like an issue, I think next week is all clear as well. I'll let you know. And follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram as well.
And TikTok, even though there's nothing on that.
There's nothing on the TikTok, but you can follow it if you want to. Yeah, so this episode will be up on YouTube later if you missed a part of it. You're listening to the Mighty 1630 KCJJ. Have a good night.
Bye.
From the Hertine and Stalker Studios in the heart of the Hawkeye Nation, this is the Mighty 1630 KCJJ, Iowa City.
Hertine and Stalker Jewelers, making memories, making moments.
Now, Iowa City's news first.